Hey there, universe explorers! I'm your narrator, and today I have a giant story to tell you. A story that happened a long time ago. Before there were toys, before the dinosaurs, before the stars, and even before time itself. Can you imagine that? Imagine! There's nothing. Nothing at all. No light to see. No ground to stand on, no air to breathe, just darkness. And water. Lots and lots of water everywhere. Everything was dark, silent, and empty. It was like a giant room with no furniture and the lights turned off. Boot? It wasn't completely empty. Someone was there. Someone incredibly powerful, good, and full of love. It was God. And the Spirit of God was moving over the darkness and the water, like a gentle breeze full of wonderful ideas. God had a spectacular plan. He was about to do something absolutely amazing. Are you ready to see what happened? Hold on tight. Then God spoke. And when God speaks, incredible things happen. His voice boomed in the silence, and he said, "Let there be light!" And pow! Instantly, a bright, warm light filled everything. Goodbye, darkness. Hello, wonderful light. It was like flipping the biggest light switch in the universe. God saw the light and he loved it. He said, "This is good." Of course it was good. It was fantastic. Then, God separated the light from the darkness. He called the light, do you know what? Exactly. He called it day. And the darkness he called, yes, night. Imagine, the very first day and the very first night in history. Wow. And that's how the first day ended. There was evening and there was morning. Day one. And this was just the beginning. God was just warming up. What do you think he would do next? Let's keep watching. The next day, God looked at all that water. There was water above, water below, water everywhere. And God thought, we need a little space here. So, with his powerful voice, he said, "Let there be a giant space in the middle of the waters to separate them." And whoosh, like divine magic. A huge space formed, like a super high, clear ceiling. This space separated the water that was above, like the clouds we see today, from the water that was left below. It was a gigantic blue space. God called this space, can you guess? Sky. The beautiful blue sky we see above us. God looked at his new blue sky and said, "This is also good. It was perfect." Now we had light, darkness, day, night, and a beautiful sky. What an artist God is. And so, with the brand new sky, the second day ended. There was evening, and there was morning. Day 2. Creation was getting more and more interesting. Ready for day 3? Let's go. On the third day, God looked at the water under the sky and said, "Let the water come together in one place, and let the dry ground appear." Picture this, like someone pulling a giant drain plug. And splash! Whoosh! The water obeyed instantly. It gathered together, forming great oceans and seas, and bang! Dry land appeared. High mountains, deep valleys, sandy beaches. It was incredible to see the firm ground emerge beneath the sky. God called the dry ground land, and the gathered waters he called seas. And God saw that the land and the seas were good. Of course they were. But the land looked a bit empty, brown. God thought, it needs color, it needs life. So God wasn't finished that day. Pay attention. God said, "Let the land produce green plants, grass that bears seed, and trees that bear fruit with seed inside it." And swish, instantly the land was covered in green. Imagine. Soft grass like a carpet, beautiful flowers, red, yellow, blue, purple, smelling delicious, leafy bushes, and tall trees with red apples, bright oranges, yellow bananas, juicy grapes, all kinds of plants, each with its own tiny seeds, so they could grow more and more. The earth became a giant, beautiful garden. God looked at all the vegetation, the colorful flowers, the fruit trees, and saw that it was very good. It was turning out beautifully. And so, with the land full of plants, the third day ended. There was evening, and there was morning. Day 3. This is getting better and better. What wonders await us on day 4? The fourth day arrived. God looked at the sky he had created and thought, "This sky needs some lights. Lights to separate the day from the night. Lights to mark the days, the years, and the seasons. Lights to make everything even more spectacular." And then God said, "Let there be lights in the sky to light up the earth." And get ready for the cosmic light show. God made 2 great lights, the bigger, brighter light to rule the day. Do you know which one? Yes, the sun. Our friend the sun that gives us warmth and light to play. And then he made the smaller light to rule the night. Exactly, the moon, that shines softly while we sleep. But wait, there's more! God didn't stop there. He sprinkled the dark night sky with millions and millions of tiny bright dots. The stars, twinkling like distant diamonds. So we'd never be completely in the dark at night, and so the night sky would be magical. God saw the radiant sun, the silvery moon, and all the sparkling stars. And he said, "This is definitely good." These heavenly lights weren't just pretty. God gave them a job, to help people know when it was time to plant, when it was time to harvest, when a new year began. They were like the universe's first clock and calendar. God saw the radiant sun, the silvery moon, and all the sparkling stars and said, "This is definitely good." The universe was looking dazzling. And so, with the sky full of lights, the fourth day ended. There was evening, and there was morning. Day 4. Now we have light sky, land, plants, and now heavenly lights. What could be missing? Think about it. Exactly, animals. Let's go to day 5. But the adventure doesn't have to end here. You can become an adventure messenger. How? It's easy. Just hit the share button and send this story to your friends and family. Imagine them discovering these incredible feats and characters for the first time. Day 5. The day to fill the water and the air with life. God looked at the blue seas and the spacious sky and said, "Let the waters teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the open sky." And ploop, splash, the seas and oceans came alive. Thousands and thousands of fish of every imaginable color. Tiny fish darting like sunbeams. Big slow fish, clownfish hiding in anemones, even gigantic whales singing in the depths. Dolphins leaping joyfully over the waves. Curious octopuses with their tentacles. The water was a party of sea life. But that's not all. God filled the sky too. And swoosh, whoosh, the sky filled with birds, songbirds with beautiful melodies. Majestic eagles soaring high, hummingbirds fast as arrows flapping their tiny wings, ducks swimming on lakes and then taking flight. Colorful parrots chattering in the trees. There was flying life everywhere. God saw all these sea creatures swimming happily and all the birds flying freely, and he loved it. It was a symphony of life. Then God blessed them. He told them, "Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the waters of the seas and let the birds multiply and multiply." It was like saying to them, Go, explore, have big families, and enjoy this wonderful world. And God saw that all of this was super good. And so, with the seas and skies full of amazing creatures, the 5th day ended. There was evening, and there was morning. Day 5. The world was almost ready. But what's missing on land? Come with me to the most exciting day of all, Day 6. Day 6, the grand finale of creating life. God looked at the dry land, so pretty with its plants, but still quiet. It was time to fill it with land animals. And God said, "Let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, livestock, creatures that move along the ground, and wild animals." And boom! The land filled with animals. Imagine! Majestic lions with their manes, huge elephants with their trunks, super tall giraffes eating from trees, speedy horses galloping, calm cows grazing, woolly sheep baaing, playful puppies wagging their tails, curious kittens, monkeys swinging from branch to branch. Also tiny little animals, busy ants, lizards sunbathing, colorful butterflies fluttering among the flowers, snakes slithering. All kinds of animals, each one unique and special. It was an incredible parade of creatures. The land was now full of sounds, movement, and life everywhere. God looked at all these land animals and saw that they were really good, but wait. God saved the best for the end of this day, the most special creation of all, something completely different. God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness." In God's image? Wow. What does that mean? It means God made us special, able to love, to think, to create, to choose, to have a relationship with Him and with others. He made us like Him in the most important ways. Then God took dust from the ground, like an incredible sculptor, and from that dust, He formed the first man. But he was just a figure made of dust. He needed life. So God came close and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And the man began to breathe, to move, to live. His name was Adam. Imagine Adam's excitement seeing the world for the first time. The colors, the animals, the sun, everything was new and wonderful. And God gave Adam, and all the humans who would come after him, a very important job. Rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. Ruling doesn't mean being mean bosses. It means taking care of, protecting, and managing God's wonderful creation well. We are the caretakers of God's garden. But God saw that Adam was alone among all the animals. And God said, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him." So God caused Adam to fall into a very, very deep sleep. Zzz. While he was sleeping, God took one of Adam's ribs. Don't worry, it didn't hurt. And with that rib, he formed the first woman, Eve. When Adam woke up and saw Eve, he was super happy. He said something like, "Wow, finally! She is like me, bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh." He wasn't alone anymore. He had a partner, a friend, someone to share life with and take care of creation together. God created man and woman, equal in importance and value, to be a team. And now, at the end of the 6th day, God looked at everything He had made: the light, the sky, the land, the plants, the sun, the moon, the stars, the fish, the birds, the land animals, and the man and the woman. And He saw that it was very, very good. It was His masterpiece. Perfect. Wonderful. And so, with creation complete and the first humans in the world, the 6th day ended. There was evening, and there was morning, Day 6, the busiest and most special day. The seventh day arrived. What do you think God did? Did he create more things? Nope. God had already finished his incredible work of creation. Everything was perfect. So, on the seventh day, God rested. Now hold on. It's not that God was tired like we get when we play a lot. God is all-powerful. But he rested to show us that rest is important too. He rested to enjoy everything beautiful he had created. And God blessed the seventh day and made it special. A holy day. A day to rest, to worship him, and to enjoy his creation and our family. Now let me tell you a little bit more about that special place where Adam and Eve lived. God had planted a wonderful garden in a place called Eden. It was paradise. There were rivers watering everything, trees with the most delicious fruits you can imagine, flowers everywhere, and friendly animals. God put Adam in the garden to work it and take care of it. What a cool job, being the head gardener of paradise. And remember, God gave Adam the job of naming the animals? Imagine how fun that was. God brought the animals to Adam, and Adam gave them names. You will be called lion, you elephant, you butterfly. And whatever name Adam gave them, that was their name. What a cool responsibility. And there, in that perfect garden, Adam and Eve lived happily, in friendship with God, taking care of creation, and enjoying each other. Everything was good, beautiful, and full of peace. And so, explorer friends, that's how God, in 6 amazing days, created the heavens, the earth, the sea, the plants, the sun, the moon, the stars, all the animals, and the most special part, us, human beings, made in his image. And on the seventh day, he rested and taught us to rest too. What an incredible story. It shows us how powerful, creative, and good God is. He created this whole wonderful world out of love, and he gave it to us as a gift to take care of and enjoy. Every time you see a sunrise, a pretty flower, a little animal playing, or look at the stars at night, remember this story. Remember that God made everything, and he made you too in a very special way. Thanks for joining me on this journey to the very beginning. Until the next adventure, goodbye.